Welcome to Create Your Own Economy podcast, the weekly podcast that equips you with the know-hows, the strategies, tools, and resources to create your own economy, grow your business, and live the life you desire. If you have not done so, hit the subscribe button so you will never miss an episode. Hello, everybody. Welcome again. This is Bumi Ajibade, your host, and I still have my friend, Grace Keohohou Hao. She is a coach, she's a mentor, she's a businesswoman. And if you have not listened to the episode before this one, I will encourage you to do that. She is a co-author of 3 books. She has written leadership training programs and coaching programs, especially for network marketing individuals. And I have had people ask me severally, they have asked me on numerous occasions, is network marketing, is this saturated? Is direct selling saturated? You know what? Grace is the best person to give an insight into this because she and her mom started a direct selling women's alliance for about 21 years. And she also she's moved. She pivoted from being a coach to few, and just different companies to actually say, you know what, I teach all this. I want to do it. I want to, So thank you, Grace, for agreeing to take this part of the podcast.
Yes.
My first question is this, Grace. We hear this every time. Is direct selling, network marketing, is this saturated?
Oh my goodness. I love this question. Opportunity is everywhere. People are looking for options. They're looking for the dignity of choice to decide, to be entrepreneurs, to have their own business, to design their lives versus live a default life. So I do not believe that it is saturated. I think it has never been more expansive and available to more people than ever before. And the reason being is because, number one, people are looking for quality products. They're looking for products that they that they can have access to, but they're also looking for products that they can share the good news about. I mean, we see it on social media. People are influencing for hair care and hair, clothing and all of these different tools. And now people from their own homes can align with a brand and market a product anywhere in the world through their digital devices.
Yes.
And what I love about it, there's a few things that I love. One is the barrier to entry. There is very minimal barrier to entry. Many companies, if you start them traditionally, you're going to have brick and mortar, or you're going to have research and development. You're going to have manufacturing costs. You're going to have marketing costs. You're going to have a website development and design. All of these pieces run people thousands of dollars. Yes. I mean, I haven't come across anyone that hasn't been able to invest any less than $50,000 in a brick and mortar business location. Whereas in our channel, you can join in some instances for less than most instances for less than $100.
Yep.
And so for people to be able to be up and operational and in business within minutes. So that's an additional concept. So for me, I chose this because I knew I could create an accelerated return on my investment. That is one of the things that is important in our industry. When you're talking about network marketing, somebody asked me this question once. She said, Grace, when do you see people kind of falter when it comes to this industry or their business? And I said, number one is the time that they make an investment to the time they experience a return on that investment. If this is too extensive period of a time, people will falter because they're not going to be as confident because their business is operating in the red versus the black. So how quickly can we support someone to create a return on their their initial investment and operate their business from the profit? So for example, for mine, I made an investment in my business day one. By the end of week one, early week two, I had recouped my initial investment. By week three, so after week two into week three, I had 5 times my initial investment. So that acceleration creates connectedness and loyalty to what someone is doing because they're not pulling those resources from the family budget. Now their business is operational from its own sphere. The other thing that I noticed when people falter in our profession is when they are no longer clear with the reasons that they're there. They don't have a clear vision as to what they're looking to accomplish, who they're looking to serve, the value they're looking to bring to the people they love the most. What makes this decision important? When they are not clear with that, that's when they tend to falter in the business. When they're clear, they're running.
Yes. And that is so important between when they start and when they begin to make money. If it's dragging for too long, people, everything is like microwave. People is like, I want it now. There's an ad. I want my money now. People want it now. And they have to do some things to, and then if they do the things and they are not making money, you will lose them. They will lose interest. And maybe that is, and we're talking about saturation. I will share an example there. I need to write it down because I want to mention something else. Also, when people join a network marketing company because of the excitement that somebody shares, remember, it's that person's excitement about the product. And they join with that excitement. Oh, you know how somebody yawns, you yawn too? And then you yawn. So they're excited. And then you too, you get excited. And then when they are gone, you are like, why was I excited? Can somebody tell me what was all that about? And that is when you give them a call and they never return your call because there were days and now they woke up and then they found a kit in the mail or something, and they're like, no, I don't want to do this. So if you are choosing to go into network marketing, look at something that aligns with who you are. The purpose, the vision of the company has to align with who you are. Because when it's aligned, that is when your vision will be clear. Exactly what Grace said. That is where you have that clear vision. That is where you know the value. That is where you're able to say, you know what, this is who I am and this is who I want to serve. And it's just, Grace, this is just amazing because about 2.5 months ago, I also was given a product that has changed my life. I told myself I've been in network marketing, I've trained, I've coached, I've done everything. I don't want to go there. I just want to do my coaching and all that. And then when I was given the product, and I tried it, and I said, okay, all right. Because what it did for me, and especially what it did for my husband's health, who, thank God, he had cancer and all that, and he's okay now. But the effect that was left, we're grappling with that, and then taking this product for 2 weeks, and he's good. Amazing. So when you have a story like that, like the story that you shared, even if the person that you are bringing does not understand what my husband went through and all that, but there's a belief because they know that I'm saying it not because I want to sell a product, right? And when I then listened to the company, I went through everything, I saw that their heart is to help people to stay healthy. Their goal is not about, oh, you come out, all of us will make money. Come, let us make money. No, we want to help people so that they can have quality of life. That aligns with who I am. And I was sold. You know what I mean? So I think in network marketing, people just want to dabble. I said, you know what? I'm done. Oh, it's been 1 month. I have not made $1,000, so I'm gone. But that is not what life is all about. And talking about saturation, when I was in my corporate job, so I went into, I had some people I was coaching. And so I called this lady, and I was just asking her, how are you doing? You know, the normal getting to know her and everything. I said, so tell me about your goal for this week for the business. What is your goal? You know, what is it that you want from the business? She said, Bumi, I really thought I was going to do this, but there are too many people in my town that are in this business. So I'm not into competing with them. So I said, could you give me a minute? So I went online. I went on in our system and I pulled out the people that were in the same town, doing the same business. None of them was active. For the past, how many months? They are sold 0. So she was basing her own productivity, her own success upon some other people that were not even doing anything. So people think it's saturated, but we are telling you that it is not. It is not saturated.
Oh, yeah.
Any other thing that you want to share?
I mean, you think about that, even Tesla, they could say, oh, the car industry is saturated. There's no need for a Tesla. I mean, there's no way that it could be saturated. And also, in the market, there's no you. So when you bring, a product is great. It's going to make an impact. Yes. The combination of the product with you, the messenger,
yes,
that's where you have such an expansive possibility.
Yes.
So I look at things like there is more than enough to go around. There are a lot of great products. I mean, I had my pick of the litter. I worked with 1/3 of the top 100 direct selling companies on the planet. That's with my clientele.
Yes.
And
yes.
I served those organizations. So there are a lot of great products that are out there, but choosing one that you connect with and align with, and choosing one that is going to make a difference for people so that you can rest assured that my introduction to this product or to this service is an introduction that's pure confidence. I'm confident that they are going to see a result or they're going to benefit from this, whatever it is that you're offering. The only person, it's interesting. The only person that will ever give up on you is you. The only person that will ever give up On you is you. I tell
Yes.
that to people I mentor often. I am going to see you as great because I know you will show yourself great unto the world. That was Ralph Waldo Emerson. He said, see them great and they will show themselves great unto you. See them great and they will show themselves great unto you. And sometimes it's seeing yourself great, and so that you can show yourself great unto the world to bring value to people. So how we see it is how it is. If we believe the market is saturated, you're right. If you believe that it is like the Far and Away movie where Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman were riding and staking claims and all these in the land, and there was wide open land and opportunity, you will see it that way. And it is that way. How you see it is how it is. So I wake up every day knowing that likely 99.9% of the people I'm about to talk to today have no idea what my product does, what my product offers, or what my company is.
Yes.
I embrace the day that way and say, who can I bless today? Who could I impact today with the dignity of choice?
Yes.
See, oftentimes we decide for them. Oh, they're probably too busy, or they probably don't need it, or they probably couldn't afford it, or, all these different lies versus giving them the option to say, here, may I share this with you to give you the choice for yourself to decide. Now, something hit me earlier that I feel like I'm meant to share, Boomy, on this call, because sometimes people think I haven't done enough or I don't deserve success, or I don't have a track record. I've tried this industry before and I didn't succeed at it. So I'm going to share with you a story about a woman that was observing a man in a cafe. Okay. And she was watching this man and he drew something on a napkin. The woman built up the courage to walk over to him and ask him, I'm wondering, how much would something like that? And she pointed to the picture on the napkin. How much would something like that be worth? And he said, $25,000. And she looked at him like, it's on a napkin. It took you 5 minutes. Like, that's wow. And she said, it only took you 5 minutes. And he said, he said, a lifetime of preparation and practice and application went into this 5-minute masterpiece.
Yes.
So I want to share, that was Picasso, by the way. Picasso in a cafe drawing on a napkin worth $25,000. Wouldn't anyone, who would love to have a piece of that masterpiece, right?
On the napkin.
That she was shocked about. Anyways, what he was saying was everything that you have done is accumulative. Everything that you be is accumulative that has brought you to a time such as this. So it wasn't a failure. It was a part. It's almost like an ingredient, a flavoring to the sweet success here in the now. All of it is accumulative. So I was prepared for a time such as this. You were prepared for a time such as this. Boomy, you have skill sets, leadership, insights. You have wisdom. You're a wisdom keeper. You bring it and you share it. We were prepared. And also that there's more than enough to go around. Like, I like that we're collaborating on this call. We see each other as equals. We see each other as mentor. We mutually respect one another's mentorship.
Yes.
And so let that be a lesson, that because someone's with another business or doing something else, that doesn't mean that they're not your friend anymore, that you're their competition, because you have a product that I don't have. I have a product that you don't have. You have a skill set that I don't have. I have a skill set that maybe you don't have. But
that's how life is.
That's how life is. But we can still, like I said, the world is our oyster.
It is.
I want to share this with you really quickly, Boomy, because it ties in with what we just mentioned. I had a lady contact me. She goes, Grace, I don't know if you're going to want to share this information with me or if you'd even be willing to, but I'd love to, get some insight with you around your speaking practices when I was speaking more. And she asked me she said, would you be willing to share with me? And if you're not, it's okay. And she said, because I'm your competition. And I said, I said, may we pause for a moment? Yeah. I said, I could not possibly service one road in my lifetime of all the people in Hawaii. One little road.
Just one road.
Just one road. I couldn't service all of them in my lifetime. I could work the rest of my life and not touch and reach and serve all of them. So you're not my competition because there is opportunity everywhere.
Yes.
So it just, how is that resonating with you, Boomy?
I love exactly what you said because instead of thinking it as if I did it before, I failed, it didn't work, I won't touch it again. But your mind is still there, just give it another chance because what happened then, you learned from it. You did not fail. It was practice. And now you are wiser. You will put into practice those things that you went through when you did it before. So direct selling, network marketing, if that is what you think you are being led to do, go for it. As Grace said, you are not paying to set up the business. You are not paying the manufacturing, the research. You are not paying all that. So it's just whatever it is that you are going to pay to start. So give it a chance. And we will put our information, at the end of this, so that if you want to learn more about what we did or what we do in the now in the direct selling industry, where the little part where we are playing, we'll show it to you, and then you can reach out to us. Talking about your book, one of where you co-authored Mom and Entrepreneur. You talk about creating a family home-based business. And there's a quote that you started with from Zig Ziglar. And I put my book like this so that people will see it. And the quote is that people who have good relationships at home are more effective in the marketplace. And I want you to really talk about how people in network marketing can make the business, or any other business for that matter, they can make it that the whole family will feel that they are part of it. Because we know that once it is done like that, people are more successful in the network marketing business when they can involve everybody. So can you speak a little more on that?
Yes. So there's several things. One is to call it our family business. So this is our family business. How do you see yourself contributing to the family business, or how would you like to support the family business, and how would you like to benefit from that support? So how would you like to support the family business? How would you like to contribute? How would you like to have an impact? And then how would you like to benefit?
You know what? We are talking about the family business. And the little one, she is part of the family, the family business.
Exactly. And she's going to hold my hand. She's very
that's
snuggly.
Okay. That's okay. The best time.
Yeah, it is. And that's the thing is, it used to be that in my more corporate roles where I was consulting for these, larger organizations, this would not be acceptable.
But it will not be.
Daughter.
To have your daughter come in.
It would be mortifying.
Yes.
Whereas now, I get to include, my daughter gets to hear me doing business. And I think that's the benefit of what I experienced. My mother and father accelerated everything for me because I could hear how they were communicating with their clients, how they served people, how they spoke, what they said and what they didn't say. It accelerated the learning curve. And so, with our family business, I like to ask those questions of how they would like to contribute and then how would they like to benefit from the family business. I'll often mention, our family business is funding this adventure. So we like to take the kids on various adventures. And so the business is funding this adventure. So they recognize that when mom's working or dad is working, there is a purpose behind it. Oftentimes it takes us away from them, or it draws upon some time. So how do we communicate that there is a value to that transfer of time? The other thing that I like to do is I like to talk to my kids about, all right, this is, what are some of your goals? Like my husband was talking to our son last night about it. What are some of your goals, son? What are you working towards? So they're setting goals as well. And then hearing our goals, like going for something beyond what we even think is possible. I want to multiply that. I want to go beyond my comfort zone with a goal, and to represent that with our children. Also, when things don't go according to plan, how do we respond to that? So we have a goal. That doesn't mean just because we didn't hit it doesn't mean we're not successful. It means that we get to go at it again today. Yes. We didn't get as far as we wanted to. All right, great. So what adjustments, what tweaks can we make in order to experience the outcomes we're looking for? See, it's not just what is taught. It's what our children are catching in the process of entrepreneurship. And I love that they're witnessing business and enterprise and what it looks like to succeed and what it looks like to fall short, what it looks like to fail, and that failure is a stepping stone to success. I'm not afraid to fail. I actually am like, I'm cool with failure. I'm like, I failed my way forward. I failed my way to success. I fell short in areas and I learned from it. Now, how do I bounce forward? So being able to say, this is what mom or dad or we succeeded at as a family. And then these are some of the things that, gosh, if I had a redo, this is how I probably would have redone that.
Right. And letting our kids see that, they see us set goals. They see us set even higher goals. And what I have seen in my own case is that my sons and then my baby sister, who is like, she's like my child, they see. And then when they begin to mention some things that you said or that they have seen you, that you have done, and that is, it just make one say, I'm grateful that they are seeing it. So as entrepreneurs, it's really important to ask those questions. I love the question you said, how do you want to contribute to this family business? Which means I'm expecting you to contribute, but I'm giving you the option, and then they can say, I don't know what are the different things I can do. Then there will be conversation, right? And then how can you contribute to this? What can you do? And then the benefits. How will the company benefit from your skills? Because our kids, our family, husband, your spouse, they also have skills that the business can use. So, and the other thing also is, and I love the way you said it, the business is funding this trip. The business is funding this new laptop that you asked for. The business is funding, and that makes it like, they all go in a protective mode. I remember my son, my second son, Yinka, would say, "Mom, how far are you from your goal?"
Ooh.
Mom, so it's like they are listening. What do you need to make whatever goal you have? So it's really amazing. And then you see them also setting goals, because mom, dad, they set goals, and then we really help them. There's a question that has bothered me for a long time. And some few weeks ago, I actually talked about that on some episodes of my podcast. And that is when you are in network marketing, when you are in direct sales, we talk a lot about potentials. You know how we're excited when we talk to somebody. We can smell their potential from afar. And potential is good, it's positive. But the other part of potential is when you let them know that they have the potential, you believe in them, and you are going to support them, work with them towards their goals. And then they have, how we do our 1, 2, 3 after the coaching session, DSWA. You have 1, 2, 3. What are you going to do now? And then the coaching action plan, 1, 2, 3. And then you set up the next meeting, and the next meeting is like excuses and excuses. And then the next one, okay, excuses and excuses. And then you now see one person drawn to this one potential over and over again. And you are not seeing some new people that will move. So my question is this: when is the best time to move on? And how also can you move on without making them feel that you abandoned them?
Yes. Great question, Bumi. So great coaching has a cycle to it. So it is not forever and always, it's cyclical. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, we can create some codependence. Yes. So having that cycle and establishing the healthy boundary. And what I mean by that is establishing these coaching calls are going to consist of 4 calls. Then we're going to reassess and evaluate how effective those calls were, and then determine what are our next steps. Is to pause, or is it to reset? That way you have a gracious way. If people are not committed to the follow through of the coaching and they're making excuses, or they want to chitty chat with you, they want to be your friend, they're not really there to build a business beyond its current circumstance. This is a gentle way of transitioning out of that coaching exchange. So again, establishing a preset amount of coaching calls, and then reset or reassess at the conclusion of those will be a gracious way to distance from that. And then also to challenge a person. By agreeing to the coaching, there is also a willingness to be challenged. And so I'm going to challenge you and I'm going to ask you, which is most important, the excuse or the result you seek? What is getting the priority? How is the schedule aligning to the results and goals that you're looking to achieve? What is, out of all the possibilities to move forward in your business, what is one activity? Sometimes people don't implement and make excuses because they've overwhelmed themselves with too many actions.
Yes.
So narrowing in the focus. How can we narrow in a focus? What would be one win for today? And I mean, narrow in the timeline too. When people are not activating it, maybe because they've established too many actions, or they've created too much distance between calls, that it's creating a hesitation.
Yes.
So narrowing in timeline, what would be today? How will I know that it's activated? So you can support them to get into momentum today. Why put off for tomorrow or next week that which you can make bold moves on today?
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, because that is so important. And that was one of the things that we teach, setting that expectation, the coaching expectation, which is not supposed to be forever. But again, when you are in a business and it's all about, she's my friend, is a friend, and a friend, they come to you because you are their friend. I understand you still want to be friendly with people that you have business with, but again, we need to set boundary. And the other thing, as you were talking, I was thinking also, understanding people's personality is so important, because at times we don't get through to them because we are not visiting them in their personality home. We are sitting in our home and expecting them to understand, and they're like, I don't get it. I don't get it. So if you are a leader, if you are a leader in the network marketing, a leader in the business, a leader, whatever company or whatever business you have, if you're a leader, understand the people you work with. When you understand and you help them play within their strength, they will see what you talked about. They will see that quick result between when they join and whatever time, and they will see the result quickly. And then they want to even talk to you more. They cannot wait for the next coaching session. They cannot wait to tell you what they did, how they did it, and all that. So, is there anything you want to, as we round up, is there anything you want to tell our clients who are thinking of doing this business, going to network marketing, direct sales, and they don't know how to start? Is there anything you can share with them?
Yes, look for, there's certain things that I looked for, the timing in the marketplace. So how creative and innovative is the product? It's not enough to be a good product anymore. It's got to be outstanding to succeed in this business. Also, how are you rewarded? What does your remuneration look like? How are you compensated for your efforts? How simplistic is that process? Is it complicated where you can't understand what you're reading? Or is it fairly simplistic? What kind of mentorship are you receiving and accessing? Who's aligned with that brand and associated with the company? Do they have experience, the ownership? Do they have experience in network marketing and direct sales? Or are they more of a banking institution that's owning the brand? I look at that as well, because, banking institutions that own the brand, they're looking at the bottom line. They're looking at KPIs and numbers. Whereas, people that have had experience in the channel understand what we're going through on a daily basis. So I think that's important. How, what kind of marketing is available to you? What is the initial investment? What are the requirements on a monthly basis do you have a requirement to purchase, or are you going to be accessing your residual earnings based on your referrals with, no demand on your dollars? Like things like that. How, what kind of systems are in place? Systems are duplicatable. Charisma is not. What kind of systems are in place? What kind of marketing tools are you being provided and offered? What kind of events are being put out there? Is it one product or is it 1,000 products? I wasn't looking to lug and tug a bunch of product. I was looking for a very narrow product line and focused. I wanted something that was beyond, that was proprietary so that nobody else would have it. I wanted something easy to explain. I wanted something that people could get a result in a very short period of time. Many people don't, popcorn concept, microwave concept, they don't want to wait for 6 months to see that something had impact. They want to see it immediately. Looking at your options, explore your options, interview the people. They're interviewing you, you interview them too. and that I had somebody, she was like, convince me to do this. I said, I'm not in the convincing business. I said, I'm not here to convince you. I said, I don't convince anyone to do this. If I convince you, you'll come short-lived.
Yes.
If I respond to your questions and answer your questions, you are the ultimate one that's going to make this decision. Everyone in my organization has not been convinced, nor do I communicate to deliver in that posture. Because I don't have to convince anyone to do this when they see what we have. So yes. I love that people say, and then my friend that was invited this guest to the call with me, she said, I was so glad that you said that, Grace. I said, yeah, we don't buy leadership. We don't have to. If you have to pay someone to join your organization or your team or your company, it means that there's a limited belief in what's being made available. If they come willingly, it means that you've got something that merits their time and attention. And so those are some things that I just wanted to share to consider.
Oh, I really appreciate that. That is a great way for us to end this chat. And my question to you, our listeners, our viewers, my tribe, my question is this, and Grace asked this question, a few minutes ago. What are you putting off? What are you putting off? If this is going to be a blessing to you, to your family, why are you putting it off? If you don't know how to do it or you need support, please reach out. Go to my website, claralgr.com/meet, and book a discovery call with me. And also reach out. You'll see information about Gracie's business and my business, and reach out to us. We are not going to convince you. If it works for you, why not? You are welcome to join us. I really want to thank you, Grace, for your time. I know I took longer than we originally anticipated, but I think we all love what you said. Think about the company. Look through, make sure that it aligns with who you are. Make sure it aligns with what you are looking for. Make sure that their remuneration is okay for you. And then join them, whichever one. Please join them. Do something. Create an economy that you will be proud of, that your spouse will be proud of, that your children will be proud of, that most importantly, you will be proud of, that you have served somebody with your product. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you for listening to this podcast and really hearing Grace Hao talk about network marketing, why she decided to join, and also whether you have tried network marketing before and failed and you want to give it another shot, or you just want to go into network marketing as a side business or a way to start your own economy, to create your own economy. You can reach out to Coach Grace and she will really talk to you about the business and her business in particular, or how you can be her customer. Grace is with Bella Grace. So you see the link, and also you can use the QR code provided. I'm looking forward to see you on our next episode, when I will share another guest will share their information and how they are successful in creating their own economy. Thank you, my friends.